let's move on to a topic that is a definite question mark here. We're talking about Mac Jones and the New England Patriots. As of right now, Mac Jones is only expected to start on Monday. Nothing has been confirmed. Nothing's come out saying Mac Jones will be the official starter. But he said himself, he had an interview today saying that he's doing well mentally with the injury. Physically, it's a day-to-day thing, but he keeps getting better every single day. He was limited in today's practice. So there is a shot he plays Monday because it's Monday Night Football, Bears at Patriots. But we also have something going on. It sounds like out of New England that Mac Jones, when he's healthy, will be the official starter. Bailey Zappe, there won't be any QB controversy. But should there be? Bailey Zappe has played well. He's played very well. So in this game, because Mac Jones, again, is not 100%. If I had to guess, he's around 75%, 75%. For this game, especially against the Bears, would you start Mac Jones? Or would you stick with Bailey Zappe, who we've seen he's had success? He just had 300 yards against the Lions. So what would you do in this situation?
First, I'll say, before I give you my answer,
sure,
that Belichick never lets anyone know about the injury status of anybody.
Right.
Right? I mean, if they're hurt, they're required to file the status of all the players.
Yes.
The ones that are hurt, there's whether they're limited or did not practice, all that. So they do that, right? But you never really know. I mean, you used to have Tom Brady on there.
He's been on every single week.
Every single week with a shoulder injury, with something wrong with his shoulder, right?
Yes.
But he always played. So in this case, it's hard to know how well or hurt Mac Jones is right now. But he did have it looked like quite a serious injury when they had to help him off the field. He limped off the field, and then they had to help him in the locker room. He was in agony, etc. A high ankle sprain is usually a 4 to 6 week injury.
It depends on the tear. By the way the Mac Jones portrayed it, it seemed like it was a pretty severe, and the reports were that it was a pretty severe high ankle sprain injury. So it could be easy
4 to 6 weeks, right?
Right.
So with that, all I've said, I would start Zappe.
You would start at the really?
Yeah. I'd start Zappe. He's won the last 2 games.
Right.
He's played well.
Yes.
They're playing the Bears, and I think that's a winnable game.
He could have won the past 3 games.
Yeah, he played well in the 3 games, but particularly in the last 2, he played very well.
The last one, he had 300 yards. He played very, very well.
Right. So it's not, if it's not a controversy if you start Zappe because Mac Jones is still recovering. Why not wait? Given that Zappe's doing well, why not wait till Mac Jones is 100%? He can do that.
It's the Bears.
100%. It's the Bears.
The Bears are not a very good team.
So I would start Zappe. I don't think it creates a quarterback controversy by starting Zappe.
I don't think it is unless Bailey Zappe has a great game. Let's say just hypothetical, right? Hypothetical.
Well, that's a good thing for the Patriots if he has a great game. It is.
And there are reports coming out, Boston Globe writer, and just a number of writers and journalists in Boston have said that, at least one in particular, I can't think of him on top of my head, he's a Boston Globe writer, said that Mac Jones he likes to gain a lot of knowledge, so he asks why on a lot of the decisions. And one of them supposedly that came out reportedly was that Mac Jones was questioning of the hiring of Matt Patricia and Joe Judge as his quarterback's coach and his senior offensive assistant or whatever Matt Patricia's role is.
Play caller.
Secretive play caller. And he was asking why. And Mac Jones always wants to gain this knowledge. And Nick Saban even said that he's tried to coach that out of Mac Jones, always questioning the decisions or the calls that are going on around him. And it doesn't look like that. And I think, and this has been said, that him going to the Pro Bowl for rookie year, having a great rookie year, Pro Bowl, and coming out here, playing decently well last year, having what I think...
Made the playoffs.
He made the playoffs. And New England giving him praise for, his job that he did. It all went to his head. And I think that's probably true. I think when it goes to your head, in this case of Mac Jones, you got to be humble at some point. And having Bailey Zappi going out here in the same system that he's running essentially, and it was like he was also angry and displeased with how the playbook changed. That could have also been another factor, but his questioning and his, maybe his temper and all that going on, it seemed to have upset New England coaches. And then Bailey Zappi goes out here under essentially the same system, and he plays better than Mac Jones did in 3 games. He's humble. He has to be humbled at this point because he's like, okay, now people are starting to talk of the fact that I might lose my job to a 4th round rookie out of Western Kentucky. I went to Alabama. I had one of the best college seasons ever. I think I had the highest completion percentage in college football history. I think he had over 70% completion percentage. And now I'm going to lose to a guy from Western Kentucky?
Well, that's the Patriots. The Patriots play the people that play the best. They don't care whether they were walk-on free agents or they were the highest draft pick. Belichick's philosophy is you play the best, you're going to be playing in the game.
I mean, Julian Edelman, what was he, a 7th round pick?
Yeah.
He was a quarterback coming back. And he moved to receiver.
Yeah.
Belichick seemed to do that, though, because Jacoby Myers also played quarterback.
Yeah.
So he likes it. And it's on the same premise of, not to the full extent, but Taysom Hill. That's sort of the value of it, because you could put him at a tight end. You could put him at quarterback. Julian Edelman used to play quarterback, and Jacoby Myers almost, if he was healthy in the Packers game and Bailey Zappi got hurt, he would have been the quarterback for the Patriots. So it's having that utility guy. It helps in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
But in the case of Monday Night Football, I would say I would start Mac Jones. I would start Mac Jones. If Mac Jones can't go, then this we don't need to have this conversation because he can't go. But if it's
nobody knows that,
right at this moment, nobody knows.
They don't want the other team to know.
Well, I guess that
they don't want the
true.
Bears to know. It's a strategy thing.
That could be true. But if Mac Jones can go, I would probably start him because we got to see how he is. And let's see, after the Bears, it becomes the Jets, the Colts, the Jets, and then the hellacious next 7, 8 games. Vikings, Bills, Cardinals, Raiders, Bengals, Dolphins, Bills. So at what point can Mac Jones get ready? Because he didn't have a great 3 games. The Ravens, he put up great passing numbers, but he also had 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. He had over 300 yards. And then the Packers, Bailey Zappi almost beat Aaron Rodgers. He went toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers, forced him into overtime, and the Packers had to push it late.
He came off the bench in that game, too. He wasn't the number 1 quarterback. He didn't take all the reps during the week.
Right. And then he comes in against the Lions. Patriots have a great running game that day. He put up 176 rushing yards. Also had 188 passing yards. And then you go in to the Browns. Browns slow the run a little bit. Only 98 yards for the Patriots. 301 passing yards.
Yeah.
Bailey Zappi had a great game. So I would start Mac Jones if he's good to go.
He had 1 interception in that game, but it wasn't his fault. I think there was
it was the only turnover. Only turnover of the game. So in my opinion, personally, I would start Mac Jones if he's good enough to go. Because I think he needs to come back from the injury. Because he needs to play at football pace. And the Bears aren't particularly a great team. So you can kind of, if he is humbled and his self-esteem could be low because of how badly he's played and how good Bailey Zappi's been playing, beat up on the Bears.
Yeah.
Then you go over to the Jets, who have a great defense. Great, Sauce Gardner. And while on the topic of the Patriots, supposedly, a trade watch is Kendrick Bourne. The Patriots may be looking to move off Kendrick Bourne. And in my eyes, that makes no damn sense. Because Kendrick Bourne is a great receiver. Especially, I think he's a good receiver in the NFL. I think he's great for the Patriots. He just doesn't play. The Patriots don't put him in the scheme.
Yeah.
So on that regard, I'm like, what's going on here?
I personally think he's better than Aguilar.
I do as well. I think it should be Jacoby Myers, Bourne, Aguilar, and then you have whoever else. But the Patriots are actually kind of full on injuries right now. A lot of limited players. Aguilar probably won't play. He was a DMP for a hamstring injury today. Barmore's limited. Bourne's limited. Lawrence Guy's limited. Damian Harris will play, come back from that. What do you have? Hamstring injury. He's a full participant. He will start. So
I think they're trying to make more plays for the Thornton.
Yeah, right? I don't understand that. I don't personally. Because
he looked good in the last game. He had 2 touchdowns.
What was it, against the Dolphins? He had that 1 target, 1 catch for 41 yards. I'm not sure if it was against the Dolphins.
No, you're thinking of Bourne.
No.
I'm talking Thornton.
I know. But was it Kendrick Bourne that had that 1 catch?
Yeah.
That should be Tyquan Thornton, because Tyquan Thornton is the speedster. He should be in that role of, okay, go route.
Well, they're probably trying to make room for him. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Jonnu Smith is also limited. Jonathan Jones was limited as well, both with ankle injuries.
All going to play.
Isaiah Wynn, supposedly, I saw this online. He's also supposedly
trade bait.
He has removed all Patriots, references from his social media account. And usually that means he's either upset with contract or he wants out. So it could be Isaiah Wynn on the move, but he's also had injury problems. So my guess is if the Patriots do trade him, he was a first-round draft pick. You're looking probably at a 4th-round, 5th-round for him, just because he doesn't play. He gets hurt all the time. But
he's been hurt this year. He hasn't
thank
been
God.
hurt.
Thank God. But also other players.
I don't think he liked that they moved him to right tackle. Right?
Yeah, but Trent Brown is so much better than him. I think Trent Brown moved. I think they swapped, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so. And I just but I think Trent Brown's better, and you need the better tackle usually on the blind side.
Yeah.
So I think that would be better. But then, especially early on, Trent Brown's getting cooked on the left side, smoked. You saw especially against the Dolphins. The Dolphins, he didn't pick up that block, and it was a strip sack for a touchdown. Yeah. But other players that are out, I should have told you this before the show, but Carson Wentz will be out. Logan Thomas, Randall Cobb, Christian Watson. Both those players on the Packers. Kadarius Toney on the Giants. Jamal Agnew for the Jaguars. Cameron Brate, Julio Jones, Shaq Leonard, J.K. Dobbins of the Ravens. Denzel Ward. Jermaine Johnson. That's a pretty big loss for the Jets, along with Elijah Moore, who I don't think they specified what it was for. It's probably personal reasons, a.k.a. the team doesn't want you to play. Darren Waller will be out for the Raiders. That's a big loss for the Raiders. Dustin Hopkins, he was the kicker for the Chargers, so who knows what they're going to do kicking-wise. Yeah. Kelly, the backup running back for the Cardinals, or the Chargers, and Josh Palmer. So some of those are pretty big injuries. Carson Palmer, we'll see Taylor Heineke in there for the Commanders.
Really?
Yeah, Carson Wentz is hurt.
Oh.
He's going to be out. Just the question of the timetable, which I'm not sure if they specified already, but it's...
Did he get hurt in the last game?
I believe he did. I
didn't know that.
I personally did not watch the game that closely, but yes, it is a right finger injury. So,
who do you think Belichick is gonna start in the game? Which one do you think he will start?
If I know the way Belichick functions, which is usually extremely hard, because he says this, he's been saying the same thing in the same tone for 20 years. He's gonna pick the better, healthier quarterback on Monday. So you would be right then, because Mac Jones is not 100%.
I think Zappe starts.
Bailey Zappe has been playing well. I think he plays Bailey Zappe to be safe, and maybe I think he would activate Mac Jones.
Oh yeah, I think he'll be active.
And I think he would be the backup quarterback on that day. And then against the Jets, I think Mac Jones goes back. Barring the fact that he's healthy, he would go back.